in doing emails, sorting out paperwork, etc., etc. Trying to get a handle on this crap that's going on around me. Just to find out what's going on legally. And what's happened now is the trolls that have been trolling my device have decided to back off. I don't really care, to be honest. Not really bothered. As long as they leave my channel alone. And obviously, quite obviously, if you've got private setting, which I have, no email invites, and then you get 7 or 8 viewers popping up on your live, all with different viewer IDs, but the same viewer profile picture, points clearly to a hack, an official hack, I would suggest, that goes back to 2022. And the source of that hack is WYP, who seized my Z Fold 2 and are actively using that phone as a clone. This information is backed up by the fact that when I inquired from 3 for the IME number and contract particulars for that phone, sorry, can't help you, we've migrated over to another system. So I put in a SARS with that date, the associated addresses, obviously, proof of ID, etc., etc. I expect they're going to use the excuse they used in the first place, which was they migrated over to a new system, so they can't give me that detail. But I know that on the UK law, that information has to be kept on their system. I'm not saying that the call handler lied, because from his perspective, without a SARS or an official request, they can access that information from their call handler's screen. That if what 3 is saying, and they have migrated over to a new system, then that information will be in their core database, stored away somewhere. On the UK law, it has to be there. So I should imagine they're going to use the same fluff to deny my request, and then we're going to have to go to the Information Commissioner's office to force them to give me that information, because from there it's a payment to a certain body to track the digital footprint of that phone. You see, they can hide it and they can run behind a masked system, but you can't scrub the fact that that phone is active somewhere. You can't get rid of all the evidence. You just can't do it. There's just no way to do it. Not once I've got the IME number. And that's what I'm aiming for, because it's going to show that the police have got the phone and that the police have sent me a letter, an email rather, stating specifically, categorically, that that phone has been destroyed. So the email's been sent. The clock is now ticking. I'm just giving you all a heads up as to the directions that I'm going in, because I'm not sitting back anymore and putting up with this strange behavior that's occurring. I'm doing a live this morning at 6:14, and all these comments are coming up from these people. And there's 2 things that I notice, well, 3 things that I notice. All the viewer IDs have different ID information, profile names. They're all different. They all share the same negativity with regards to my content. They're all coming out with the same negativity. And they all, about 6 of them, I think, this morning, they all shared the same profile picture. You could put it down to a bot or targeted harassment. But the thing is, in YouTube studios, because of this previous behavior, I've locked down my live views and it's private and there are no email invites. So that only proves and points to a direct system hack. I wouldn't say a directed hack. I would say a cloned online presence phone, the one that the police have got. They're using that old Z Fold 2 as a cloned device, monitoring, watching, and they've got token keys. So as soon as I go on a live, their phone activates and their screen lights up. But we're gonna get to all of this. We will get to all of this. You can sit back now in your office and panic and, oh, we'll block him at every turn. We'll block him at every turn. But it's only a matter of time before I force the Information Commissioner to hand over, to force me to hand over that information, because it's my information. I fully paid for that account. There's no legal reason where they can withhold that information. None at all. And if it comes to it, I'll start filing the paperwork myself, because that withholding of information ties back to the other sides that I've got. The behaviour, persistent behaviour from West Yorkshire Police, racially profiling me, character assassination. And I know a lot of you out there will be thinking, oh, well, we don't need to do a lot of that. Well, you do if you're not including CPS decisions, making things look like they're still ongoing, deliberately obscuring information to exonerate other people, which is falsification and malfeasance in a public office. So there's a lot of information that the police have already given me, i.e. recorded phone calls, SARS. So I am in possession of the covered up information, and the police can heavily redact as much as they want, but the police know as well, when it comes to redacting information, if I make an allegation, the judge then has the decision to look at my allegation, request the unredacted information, and see whether or not my theory holds up. And then he has a decision whether to go ahead and demand from the police the unredacted information be sent to me, or withhold the police's position. There are no active cases or investigations going on, and cloning someone's phone and then lying to them about it, especially when that person isn't an active criminal, but is a law-abiding citizen going about his daily life, not involved in major crime or any other crime, is in itself illegal. It's an illegal act. There is no justification. There is no legal justification for what the police have done, but they're going to hide behind operational this, that, and the other, and whatever, and whatever. And I will file the papers myself. I'll file the papers myself. I will spend all my fucking money and file the papers myself if need be. Right. I'll see you later. Notice you're not active on my page anymore, which is a good thing because you've realised now, haven't you, that the comments I were making are, how would you say, pertinent and relevant and factual. So you didn't think at any point at all that I would cotton on to the fact that you're using 6 or 7 different IDs with the same profile picture, and that my live streams are excluded from the public with no email invite. So these comments, disparaging comments that are popping up, have to be as a direct result of a hack. There is no other glitch or technical explanation for what's going on. I'm not paranoid. The comments were there. So anyway, see you later.